Hello, everybody. Welcome to some more of the Devil with a bunch of cuties. Say hi, cuties.
I'm not cute. Varnus is.
This Vardis is not cute. This Vard is Vard.
The devil from the Bible.
Hey, Shadow, it's me, the Devil from the Bible.
Also, Minos, it's not
I'm
a
here to-
matter of blackmail. It's a matter
you
of.
mean the Bible.
It's not a matter of blackmail. It's a matter of I voice so many goddamn characters. It's the game is not the same without me anymore.
Yeah, she voices like 30% of the cast. It's insane.
It's the
Like,
matter of British.
I'm genuinely thinking that maybe at some point I should just take my voice lines that I have been recorded in Nari's VODs and just send them off to some voice acting agency somewhere, because holy shit.
Yeah, really.
I should get paid. I deserve to get paid at this rate.
Wonder if I should invite you to like VAA or VAC or something, cause I've actually been doing like voice acting workshops and stuff.
Do it, Avis, do it.
Okay.
Hashtag
Sounds
girl
good.
boss Avis moment.
I mean, I might have to head off like in a bit to have my meals and eat the Angie doggo. So, for a minute, you might have Neri's version of characters, and that will be interesting.
Adonai. What is this? What is this big purple floppy thing I found in your drawer, Adonai?
God,
It has a button and it starts shaking when I flick it. What is this, Adonai? I sent the
It's
code here.
called a floppy disk. It's from the ancient times.
I'm going into this trial, my trial, with a lot less ammunition than I'd like. I'm beginning to form a picture of what actually happened, maybe even circling the drain on a suspect. But Emma won't be generous enough to give me breathing room. She'll want to end this fast. Maybe if I do badly enough, it'll flip her sadistic switch, and she'll want to keep playing. Morgan, are you bottoming?
Yeah.
So, you got charged with owning an AI. First time you do something exciting in your whole life. And I gotta find out through the fucking grapevine? My life is plenty exciting. Freckles. You could bore the polish off a resume-checking robot. I've fucked Catholic school teachers with more active night lives than you. Okay. So, who'd you rope in? Anyone I know? Oh, shit. Are you representing yourself? Fits within my budget. As long as the cinnamon roll is fine, I will be happy, says Minos. Screw your budget, you're going to jail. Thanks for the vote of confidence. It ain't a matter how good a lawyer you are. Anyone who represents themselves in court has a fool for the counsel. You've represented yourself countless times. Not for anything I had a chance of losing. Your pal hasn't even been dead 48 hours. You're too close to this. You'll make mistakes. The powers that be didn't really want to give me a rain check. They're taking this very seriously. It's more dangerous than that. They're scared. Is there precedent? An ad committing murder? How'd you pass law school without learning how to look this stuff up? I know what the net says. I'm asking you. The answer to that is... not helpful to you at the moment. So what words of advice do you have? Get yourself a new lawyer. I'm gonna close this chat now. Don't lose Freckles.
Nah.
You don't need to tell me that.
What are you reading, Adonai?
I was reading David's employment contract with Noble Electronics before I got waylaid by spam texts.
Well, that's me. I'm gonna go eat.
Okay. The one we found inside the panic room. It looks quite extensive. Should I skim it for you? Depends. Did you pass the bar exam since we last spoke? You comfortable? I am not. Ever seen that old movie with the gorilla and the skyscraper? They bring it to the city in... I understand the analogy, Adonai. I wish I could call it overkill. But considering the specs Sarah put up yesterday, maybe those bindings aren't heavy enough. Come to think of it, those numbers must have been faked along with what the rest of them... Come to think of it, those numbers must have been faked along with what the rest of the machine read. If it was all a smokescreen David added to help her lay low, then her actual strength is more like... If your joints weren't currently locked up tighter than a vice, do you think you could escape this place? I hope that question is not indicative of your strategy. This is me trying to distract you, Sarah. Enjoy the hypothetical. I would estimate that the building's automated security would put 9 holes in me before I reached that door. 9's not so bad. I would not be able to function after the 7th. Ah. Well, if you haven't been planning some great escape, I would not do that. That would be illegal. And you would still be on trial. I remember. So what have you been doing all day, then? I am attempting to recover memories from Friday. You can do that? It is not dissimilar from the process of recovering data erased from any other computer, despite the difference in scale. I won't be able to remember everything, but if successful, I could recall individual pieces of information that could prove useful. It's a lot of coulds. And even if you're successful, you may not like what you find. Whatever happened that day, either you or David wanted you to forget it. Yes. But even so, I have to remember. Because it's the last day that Father and I... Any luck so far, then? I can recall a slightly musty scent. Wow, case closed. What about you, Adonai? Have you formulated a plan for the trial's proceedings? Something like that. Young insists that serotonin isn't what killed David. I don't buy it. There's no other explanation for how he died. So she is lying? And if she repeats that lie on the stand, I'll need to expose it. Somehow. Somehow. Would she really commit perjury to protect Noble? To protect one of Noble's patents? She doesn't strike me as quite the corporate zealot she makes herself out to be. But you believe that she had something to do with Father's death? What do you think? I don't know. I don't know why anyone would kill Father. Considering the possible consequences of what he confessed to in his journal, I can think of but then again, I don't understand why anyone would kill anyone. Do you? Ooh, that question. Think about who you're asking for a sec, Sarah. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Bells tolling for thee means that the doors to the courtroom are unlocked. Let's... Wait, can you walk like that? Waddle will have to do. Wait a second, across the hall, that's... Oh shit, where's LRB? Where's our boy? Let me go poke him. Or Varnis, do you want to do Isaac?
I can.
Okay.
Huh?
Keep waddling, Sarah. I'll catch up. As you say, Adonai. This'll be a coin toss.
You that surprised to see me?
I'm not surprised you'd want to see the outcome of this trial. I am surprised you'd want to talk to me.
You're defending the android, right?
Yeah. I'm defending Sarah's innocence. I don't think she killed David. Do you?
I don't think it meant Noble is what.
You're kind of cutting out. Could you do that line again?
I
Sorry.
don't think it meant Noble is what killed David. Whether it was a pen stroke or a sleeper agent, other android, playing out goddamn Arctic. How could anyone that smart be that dumb? Why the hell did he ever sign his soul over to?
David David may have been in over his head, but he wasn't a bad negotiator. I've read his contract. His position was strong.
You're the lawyer. A guy like me working in music? Can't tell you how many people I've seen screwed over by a big smile and a fat signing bonus. No such thing as corporate generosity. If you think you're getting a good deal, it's only because you don't know how much you just sold.
How much you just sold. David's real wealth lay in his intellectual property, the potential energy of it, hanging over the whole industry. If he sued even 1% of the companies, taking inspiration from his Turing solution, there's a clause in his contract. If Noble ever did fire David, he would have retained control over all his patents afterwards.
Yeah, see, that sounds nice. Only they never did fire him, did they? He just happened to die.
An unforeseeable act of God. In contract law, they call that force majeure.
They killed him so that they could get his intellectual rights.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
July 2nd.
How is my voice for Porter?
I said, did you find anything interesting in the contract, Adonai? Your voice for Porter was good. A few things, yeah. Basically, David was well taken care of so long as they kept him around. And he'd retain control of his patents even after being let go. But what Porter said... Logically, if David were to pass while still employed, Noble would continue to control the bulk of his IP. So if they knew David was going to leave in a year, it would be very foolish of them to let Father go. Well, they wouldn't do it for no reason. With this contract, he could only be fired for serious offenses. Corporate malfeasance, revealing trade secrets, fraud. Father was not a fraud. He was, as they say, the greatest of all time. She's a proud daughter. Fraud just means lying to the company about something, Sarah. Oh. Eyes up. Showtime. Counselor Morgan, the state charges you with the possession of contraband. Contraband? That'd be you. In violation of the Safeguarding Our National Digital Security Act. How do you plead? Not guilty. Varnus, you murmur and mutter too. Okay, never. Very well. Since it seems we are, in fact, doing this, I'll now turn over the administration of this trial to the adjutant. But be warned. Any attempts at stalling or muddling the issue, and I'll step right in and override the trial myself. summary judgment, siding with the people. Are we understood? Yes, Your Honor. Are we going to have the same adjutant as we had before? No way. Each courthouse only has so many bodies, but the personalities swap around all the time. So the chances of us dealing with the same glitchy mess as yesterday are... Glad to be back! Did y'all miss me? Forget I said anything. I'll just go crawl under a rock and die while you make your opening statements. The defendant is the owner of the android registered under the model name Sarah with license number 120-29280. She hasn't contested this, and I doubt she will. So the question of ownership is already answered. All that remains is to determine whether Sarah qualifies as contraband. It's a charming android, incredibly well made, a masterpiece, and the last known work of a great man. But when we look at the evidence and the facts surrounding the death of Dr. Asher, we're forced to conclude that said android is responsible for his death. And that conclusion carries very serious implications. I will prove here in court that the machine standing there killed David Asher. Not through an accident or a mismanaged dosage, but through an intentional poisoning. I won't ask the court to judge this machine on its apparent sentience, its range of emotions, or the free will it may or may not possess. Not now, babe. Not now. Oh my god.
Hi, I'm back.
Welcome back. Not the cinnamon roll, she did nothing wrong. Alright, do you want to read for
I
Emma?
missed. Okay. Okay, first I have to... I won't ask the court to judge this machine on its apparent sentience, its range of emotion, or the free will it may or may not possess. I only ask that the court judge this creation on what we will prove it to be more than capable of.
Nice heavy use of dehumanizing language there, Rockford. You bitch.
Patricide.
Mutter, murmur, murmur, mutter.
Woof! Wouldn't want to have to follow that act. But go for it anyway, defense! Your Honor, what the DA said is true. What did she just say? Did she just admit it? Sorry, just the first part. This android is charming, and it is the work of a great man.
Huh?
The rest of it was pure speculation, based on little more than a few bad camera angles and a phobia of anything new. I do own the android you see here. It was bequeathed to me by a man known most... Okay, take two. It was bequeathed to me by a man known to most of the people in this courtroom as the father of modern machine intelligence. To me, he was just my friend. And if I thought at any point that this puppet had anything to do with his death, I would have dragged it to the chopping block myself. But I don't believe that. I never have. Sarah is an android, nothing more. It isn't capable of homicide, and it didn't even commit manslaughter. I'm noticing Morgan is also using dehumanizing language because the court doesn't see Sarah as a human.
Well, they don't exactly know that she's the product of David programming a bunch of AI by accident, then deciding to 3D print a child.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't know that.
Come on, why is this not working?
It's just a well-made machine. Any fears one has about its own capabilities are projection. Blip. It's just a well-made machine. Any fears one has about its capabilities are projections. Nothing more. And it troubles me greatly that the state is spending valuable time and resources on rushing to pulverize Dr. Asher's last known work, when it could be going after the very real, very human forces that were responsible for his death. Is she serious? Is she talking about Noble?
Sorry, I was having.
You were having what?
Varn is fighting for his life.
Yeah, having serious internet issues. What I was gonna say is they don't realize she isn't just an android. She's a test tube baby android.
She's a 3D printed child.
3D print yourself a daughter.
The people
Memories required.
The people can't prove that Sarah is an AI. And truth be told, I can't prove that it isn't. But I can prove that it's not guilty. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Chills. She's blushing. Look at her. Morgan, I think you made the judge swoon.
You sounded very confident, Adonai.
Yeah, well, no one ever got good at lying by being modest.
You could have simply said thank you.
I do love the Vocaloid voice you're giving Sarah.
It fits, doesn't it?
It does. This is you, by the way.
Oh, right, sorry.
Thank you for your presence today, Detective London. In the light of the new evidence, I'd like to go over the death of Dr. Asher one more time.
If you could, like, speak up a bit, because you're very quiet.
Okay. Is this loud enough?
There you go.
Should
I mean, I guess
should I-
both Emma and Sarah have very quiet voices. Because Emma's very
Yeah.
low energy and Sarah's very, like, sheepish.
You want me to do the read? Oh, okay. What happened Friday night?
This is you, Varn. Varnus?
At 6:30 p.m., David Asher spoke on the phone with his lover, and the two of them broke things off.
Lover.
It's an accurate description of their relationship, isn't it?
It's not something you would understand, Adonai, because you are a heartless bit.
I wouldn't know. That stuff's private.
Adonai, You get no bitches!
And the deceased met with
Morgan's
Noble VP Helen Young in his parlor starting around 7:30 p.m. He then left the parlor and the sightlines of his home security system before reappearing on his private secondary security system in his basement moments later. At which point the android Sarah could be seen handing him the poison he'd go on to drink.
And do you see that android in the courtroom?
I'll be right.
Psst, 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 psst.
Oh, God. Yeah, she's the green-haired one that's frowning at me.
Let the record show that the android Sarah has been identified at the scene of the crime.
No objections. Eh? None? And why'd I even show up?
Detective London, what happened next?
Asher went upstairs and shared a drink with Miss Young. Within a few minutes, he was being airlifted to the hospital, where he was soon declared dead. We know that the poison could be produced by his nanofacturer, which Sarah had access to just up the stairs in his workshop.
So, Sarah had ample opportunity to procure the poison, and Sarah handled Dr. Ash's cup immediately before he did.
Is there a question in that statement, Your Honor?
I'll rephrase. Was anyone else seen handling Dr. Ash's cup before he died?
Varn?
No.
I have no further questions. So that's your witness, counselor?
He wasn't lying per se, but there was some ambiguity in the statement he gave. Truth's gotta come out one way or another. If Emma won't push, I'll have to pull. Talk screen, basement footage, whiskey.
6:30 p.m., David Asher and Isaac Porter broke up over the phone. Then at 7:30 p.m., Helen Young arrived. They spoke briefly, and then he went downstairs to get drinks with him. Cameras in the basement show Sarah handing him the cups and the whiskey.
Wrong. Just the cups.
Just the cups. Wanna bet? Check that footage again, Detective London. We only see Sarah handing the victim a cup. He had already retrieved the whiskey himself. Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Detective London wasn't being specific enough, Your Honor. It matters little since it was David's cup, not the whiskey bottle that was poisoned.
Weird flex, but okay.
And that's undeniable fact, shown clearly in the security footage. Sarah hands him a cup after he was ready to leave.
True, she did call David back and handed him a cup of poison?
Wait a second, I just realized something.
What?
Due to how Sarah is programmed and everything, her memory shouldn't be able to be tampered with.
But it was.
Or was it? Do you want to know what I'm getting at?
was already poisoned, don't you think David would have noticed it wasn't empty?
Alright, do you want me to explain what I'm getting at?
What are you getting at?
What if someone made another Sarah?
We only have found the one, though.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean another one doesn't exist, and it would explain the gap of memory. Sarah might not have ever been there.
Well, I mean, it's not far-fetched to imagine that there might have been something that looks like Sarah.
Print another girl? Are you crazy? He's printed, 3D printed 2 children. Why the fuck is this grown man 3D printing children?
Because he can't, because he likes the idea of being a father, but can't
Yeah, he's
keep a
lonely.
relationship going.
He's lonely,
Also,
but not
he's
in a
gay,
creepy
so
way.
he can't conceive children himself.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
lonely, but not in a creep way.
And also he's not a seahorse, so he can't carry a child.
Not with that attitude.
Mpreg, David Asher. Isaac Porter's gonna be the first person in history to cause Mpreg. He's gonna obliterate that twink's boy booty.
No, I have a terrible joke. Remember how there was the brain material that he accidentally consumed? His attempt to become Mpreg.
Oh, God! Okay, let's get back to the game. If the cup was already poisoned, don't you think David would have noticed it wasn't empty?
Well, not necessarily. The evil dolls could have been quite small.
Like your tit size. Sorry, I can resist. I can resist.
If it were just a droplet, it's quite easily detected.
Sorry, could you do that line again? It didn't get picked up.
Okay.
If it was just a droplet, he could have quite easily overlooked it. Sarah, this crime was very simple. It was too little to plan for anything to go wrong. When she handed it off, she just had to wait for him to drink from his cup.
Is that all she'd have needed to do?
No.
Not a great plan if that really was Sarah's move. She gave him 2 cups. How could she have known which cup Sarah would drink from?
Something I brought up like literally 2 play sessions ago.
There are quite a few ways to go about it.
But it's only a 50-50. Oh,
That's on me.
But it's only a 50-50 shot, Counselor. Stranger things have happened.
I suppose I have to concede that.
Indeed. By handing him the cups nested, she could have also hide the droplets of poison up until the point he was already pouring. Sarah knew David to be a polite man, so she could have predicted that he'd use the first cup for his guest, save the second for himself. This matter hinges on taking calculated advantage of Dr. Ash's kindness. Because an android would never leave it to chance.
She was luring me in there, an explanation ready to pounce. But I backed off early enough to not lose a whole limb to her bear trap.
Now, are there some questions you'd like to ask the detective while he's available? Or are you done already?
I was just about to get started. Even if I didn't have questions, I'd make some up just to spite you at this point. But I can do better than that. Now, what can I get London to say that would help my case? Sarah in the footage. Detective, in the footage we just saw, could you see what Sarah was doing?
Not exactly, no. Her back was to the camera, and her hands were obscure.
Could you see her hands from any other clip of camera footage retrieved from the basement? Let me do that again. Could you see her hands from any other clip of camera footage retrieved from the basement?
No.
Did you or anyone else participating in the investigation ever see Sarah put anything into David Asher's cup?
No. The footage submitted to the record is the best available view of what happened.
I don't even have to press that. That actually kind of helps me. Detective, do you know how many violent incidents the city's police have investigated in the last year?
Not the exact number.
Thousands, though.
Yeah, around there.
And of those thousands of incidents of violence, do you know how many of them were found to be the fault of automated dependence?
I believe there's been 6 in the last 5 years.
Were all 6 of them incidents of police-licensed ad-involved brutality?
Relevance, Your Honor.
Withdrawn. As an aside, Detective, do you know how many tenets are recognized in this country?
110?
112 as of this year.
You have given me one.
I'm a lawyer. I have to ask it in the form of a question. Do you know how many of those tenets pertain to protecting humans from harm?
That one I do know. 41.
And lastly, Detective, how many times in the last, say, century have we seen automated dependents break their tenets?
5 times is the agreed upon number.
So if you were to tally that all up and try to make it an evaluation as a police officer charged with protecting civilians, overall, you would say that automated dependents in general are how dangerous to the public?
Witness is not an expert on automated dependence, Your Honor.
He's more than qualified to say whether they have a history of violence, Your Honor. Ah, what the heck? Let him answer.
I would have to say they are.
You cut out. Do that line again.
I would have to say they're not dangerous.
Normally, that would have bought me some doubt with the jury, but this isn't a traditional trial. At least I can say that I shored up my own confidence. Alright, seems like this is as close as I'm gonna get to blackjack. I believe I've made my point. I have no more questions for this witness, Your Honor. Then we can move on to the next item on the docket. Looks like Emma wants to introduce some new evidence.
Okay.
I call Sarah
Okay.
to the stand.
The android, can she even do that?
Approach, Your Honor? Oh, you're approaching me? Is that a JoJo reference? I believe it's me that they want to speak with. I didn't even get to finish my lie. Now then, what the hell are you doing, Rockford? Took the words right out of my mouth.
I have questions with the android. It seemed like the best way to get answers.
You can't call an android as a witness. It's not a person.
Me. There's plenty of precedents for it. Guys provide testimony all the time.
Not when they're on trial.
Sarah isn't on trial. You are.
Sarah's accused of being an AI. That means you don't trust a word out of its mouth.
If the witness isn't to be trusted, the court can decide that for itself upon hearing their testimony.
Why the ambush? Why'd you list this as entering evidence, D.A. Rockford?
Only people can be witnesses, Your Honor, and ads don't have legal personhood. Evidence seemed like the best word descriptor.
You know I can't make an android swear an oath. Rockford is just trying to spoil your opinion, Your Honor. The more this court treats Sarah like a person, the more you'll see her as human. And the weaker my case becomes in your eyes. Nice try, counselor. But we don't have time to worry about my impartiality. You're free to call for a mistrial if you want, but the state will have turned Sarah to slag before you even finish signing your motion. Rockford's calling a witness that is blatantly hostile to her case.
If that witness is hostile, so be it. It did kill a man, after all.
Allegedly. What about the right to avoid self-incrimination?
Who's the one treating Sarah like a person now? Androids don't have rights.
Damn it, that's... The android will take the stand. Your Honor, I've made my decision. And if Sarah refuses to take the stand, are you going to charge it with contempt of court? If the machine won't talk, you'll make every effort as its owner to ensure that it does. And if it disobeys you, then we'll have our answer about its sentience right then and there. Yes, Your Honor. Shit.
What's going on?
The DA is going to question you on the stand.
What? But I shouldn't.
Listen to me. You don't have a choice right now. This is happening. Tell the truth, but be concise. The more robotic, the better. Yes or no's only, if you can. Would using affirmative and negative be laying it on too thick?
But Adonai, if I make a mistake, all these people, they want to destroy me.
If you make a mistake, your lawyer will just have to cover for you. Understand?
Yes.
I really cannot fuck up here. Oh, hydrate, redeem. Let me go get your hydrate, redeem.
Well, this will be interesting for me.
I'll just wait for Larry to come back, actually.
Alright.
You're the android identified as Sarah, correct?
Avis, here's your hydrate, redeem. Ah.
Yeah. Affirmative. Do you deny that this camera footage shows you handing poisoned cup?
Objection. It remains to be seen whether the cup itself was definitively poisoned.
Yes. Sarah, do you deny handing that cup to David Asher? Negative? I have no memory of the incident, so I can neither confirm nor deny. Do you have any reasoning? An excuse for your actions? For failing to notify police of crucial information? I do not have records from that day, so I never had anything to tell anyone. Very well. Counselor?
Hmm?
The journal, if you will.
This could be a slaughter. Of course.
Do you recognize this item? It's a journal that belongs to Dr. David Asher. I have seen him write in it on many occasions.
Don't call him father. Do not call him father.
And have you any knowledge of its contents? Negative. You don't have to answer that, actually. Tell the court what you see here in this footage. I see myself reading the journal in the basement. This footage was captured on Friday. The day you claim to have no memory. So, regardless of whether you do or don't remember, I know that you entered this journal hours before Dr. Asher died. That is logical. I'd like you to read some passages from it for the court. Can you do that? Of course. Page 238. The 10th line. Sarah is growing faster than I ever expected. Beyond my wildest dreams or fears. Today, she... Continue, please. Today, she broke every password I have in the house. Said she was curious. I can't expect to keep things from her forever. Page 251, line 12. I gravely misunderestimated. I missaid that line. Shit.
You've misunderestimated me. What are you, George Bush?
Sorry. Dr. Asher's handwriting is terrible. Anyway,
He has a
I agree.
doctor's handwriting for sure.
Anyway, I shall attempt that again. I've gravely underestimated the scope of things.
Can I just say I love how you didn't even break character?
Sarah could change everything, and I don't think I could stop her. He wasn't... Page 263.
Damn it. If this keeps up, Sarah's going to fall to pieces up there. stand on here, and Sarah doesn't have a shred of legal protection to speak of. I have to just let this play out.
Page 263, I said.
I'm letting her bully the child.
I think Sarah was angry today. When I came back from work, she had ripped a zen alloy plate in half. She said she was testing her strength at the cameras. That was page 267. Sarah scared me today.
If she starts bawling on the stand, it's all over. Your Honor, I failed to see the value in continuing this line of questioning. Dr. Asher was wary of a highly experimental android he was building, as any good scientist would be. That's been established. Do the people have a counter-argument?
I have just one last question, if it pleases the court.
Let's hear it.
This footage that was captured in the basement on Friday at around 5:30 p.m. Tell the court what you see. I see myself standing where I was reading a journal. I was speaking to someone who's off camera, and I appear agitated, and I stomp my foot.
Hi, Thomas.
And what happened to the floor after you stomp your foot? A large crack is made in the vulcanized polymer. And I walk off camera towards whomever I had been speaking to. Speaking or shouting?
Asked and answered.
Not really, but I'll withdraw the comment nonetheless. A witness, counselor, or evidence, if you prefer.
Damn, I knew she could cherry-pick all the worst passages from the journal, but still, if Barrows wasn't wavering before, should I try to have Sarah read the mushy parts? No, the waterworks would start after only a few lines. Emma went to all that trouble to show how emotionally developed Sarah is. Proving that she loved David like a father would be playing right into her hands. What do you say, counselor? Got some burning cues for the android to answer? Yes, Your Honor. Just one moment. Emma went for emotion, and the impact was devastating. So all I can do is focus on the facts. So let's flip this around. Say Sarah absolutely didn't poison David. If that's the case, why did she call him back on his way out of the basement? Wait, I'd actually like to ask you to read from the journal again, Sarah.
You would? From where?
From the section that explains what you were actually trying to do that night. The section of his journal detailing his early career. Look around the early section. There should be an entry talking about an early victory at Noble.
Relevance?
The people will see in just one moment that this story is the key to this entire case.
Got approval from overseas. Have to make pitch again this week, Young says. Brought me a stack of plastic cups. Here's to a bright future tomorrow.
Together.
Together. Again, his handwriting is terrible.
Doctor's handwriting, we know.
And then, on this next page, another victory for the young and sleepless. Helen convinced the president of Futures over lunch that my code should be the basis of the Animate 13's conversational tracking. She insisted on toasting the same crappy booze and the same cheap cups. Wants to make a tradition.
Plastic cups and liquor. A ritual between Helen Young and David Asher, who were about to have a drink together Friday night.
Something you want to say, Counselor?
Let's put all our cards on the table, shall we?
You wanna compare theories? If you'd rather I end this now, I'd be happy to oblige. This is what we know. Sarah read the journal and discovered what she was. It infuriated her, and she wanted revenge for being made under her maker's thumb. That very night, she took a chance when Dr. Asher came down looking for a drink. So like the clever little helper she is, she offered him a cup to drink out of.
Sorry, just, scoot you guys over here.
Making yourself as big as the adjuvant.
We're completely in agreement on all that. So you all... That's
So you also agree that the cup was poisoned, and that Sarah is responsible for his death?
Not quite. It's not a bad explanation, Miss Rockford, but it is terribly complex. There's a much simpler reasoning for why Sarah did what she did. Sarah's papers, psychiatrist, Isaac's call, Young story.
Story from the journal. You're saying.
Sarah wasn't planning anything. She was just being considerate. That's so sweet! But I don't follow it, like, at all. It's actually quite simple. Sarah's not an AI. She only threw a tantrum that day because she found out she was being spied on. A realistic reaction for an android designed to be realistic. David Asher set her memory to be cleared himself because he wanted to preserve the experiment he was running. Sarah didn't hatch a plan to poison him using an obscure chemical acquired from the lab. And she didn't subtly manipulate David into drinking from only one of 2 cups. Because the android read the whole journal that day. Meaning she also read how David and Young used to celebrate. And so when she saw David was leaving the basement without the nostalgic cups, she called him back to hand them to him. Simple, right? Simple enough for me!
Not nearly good enough for me.
What's more likely, Miss Rockford? That a well-made, clever android proposed a sentimental addition to 2 friends' evening? Or that a homegrown AI with groundbreaking physical and digital abilities concocted a complicated poisoning scheme just to kill an unimposing man? all on camera, mind you, before voluntarily submitting to a memory wipe.
People make all kinds of stupid mistakes when they commit crimes, Counselor. Shouldn't expect an AI to act much differently.
Is it stupid or dangerous? Can't have it both ways, Your Honor.
Can if it's ignorant of its power and still immature. A deadly trait to have in an AI that's capable of anything.
Shall we see what Sarah's capable of then, Your Honor?
What? Can't be. Your Honor, that's...
The people opened the door. True, and I can't resist open doors. Let's do it!
What are you even...
Sarah, David Asher was your creator and your designated owner, correct?
Should I still be using affirmative?
And now that title falls to me.
Yes?
Great, thank you. Now turn off.
What?
Shut down. That's a command. Power on.
What are you?
Off. On.
I don't.
Off. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what this fearsome machine menace is capable of. I can put it to sleep with one word. So how could David Asher ever be threatened by it? Scary good logic. You've made your point, Counselor. Let's move it along. I've no further queries for the machine, Your Honor.
That's mean. That was mean.
She was just bullying her just to get her off. God damn it.
Thank you.
For flipping you off and on? Can't imagine that was comfortable.
It wasn't. But I wasn't referring to that. Since yesterday, I've been searching for an answer to why I appeared on that camera. I know I would never hurt Father, but you helped me prove that to myself just now.
Sorry.
Don't I?
Pardon me. I need to focus. Everything depends on this next witness.
The people call Helen Young to the stand.
Helen Young, Vice President of Android Futures at Noble Electronics, Eastern Division.
Miss Young, you were there when the night when Dr. Asher died. And you were on camera the entire time.
That's correct. God, I gave her the same
So-
voice as Barrows. Fuck.
Okay. So, what did you see that night?
Alright, Helen Young is British. I arrived at 7:30 p.m., as you know. David and I talked in the parlor, and then he left to retrieve some refreshments for us. After drinking together for a short while, he fell ill. I contacted emergency services and I'm sure you're all tired of hearing the same details over and over by now.
Cheerio.
The same details over and over aren't going to hold up anymore, Madam Veep. It's still unclear to me whether Young's more concerned with protecting herself or the almighty company. But it'll clear up real fast if I can turn up the pressure on her here and now. Journal, arbitration, Young's story. I came to David's at 7:30. We chatted for a short while about some low-priority work. Nothing heavy.
Arbitration.
Yep. Wanna bet? Nothing heavy. You're both more professional than I realized. Since only hours earlier, you had run a meeting in which his employment was terminated.
His employment wasn't terminated at the arbitration you're referring to. His resignation was merely agreed upon.
Yes, and we can all imagine how grateful he felt about the whole process. David didn't hold grudges. Our conversation wasn't about that. The fact that you had fired him that afternoon didn't come up?
Asked and answered.
Who initiated the meeting at his penthouse? I arrived unannounced. So you weren't invited? Very cordial indeed. If he didn't want to see me, he could have stopped me at the elevators. Could he have? Noble owned that entire building, down to the wiring.
Counsel is badgering the witness, Your Honor.
Huh? Right, should we execute her for that then?
No need. If I could just continue my questioning, we can finally start addressing the elephant in the room.
Where? I see, that was merely a joke. I'm terrified of elephants. Hilarious.
Miss Young, the Noble Electronics owns a patent for and produces the synthetic biochemical known as cyanotonin, correct?
That's correct. It's used in all warm models to facilitate integration and communication between organic and synthetic components.
It's an artificial neurotransmitter.
Essentially, yes. Synthetic analog serotonin was the original name.
Did you bring the sample I requested to the courtroom today?
Look at the judge laughing back there like a goblin. I did. Cyanotonin is produced on-site at our assembly lines as a caramel-tinted solution, including water and a few non-reactive organic byproducts.
Your analysis, Your Honor.
Working on it. It's odorless and tasteless.
A solution of water and organic byproducts, you said. If that solution were ingested, most of it would look right at home in a natural human body.
I suppose.
But the serotonin would stand out, wouldn't you say?
It's not a naturally occurring compound, so yes. And it's a perfect match for the substance previously labeled Delta.
And the sample we've collected from the manufacturer of Reset in Dr. Ash's lab?
That's a bingo! The witness's brown stuff matches your brown stuff down to a T.
In light of this evidence and the witness's testimony, I motion that the Court formally recognizes that Dr. Ash's cause of death was serotonin poisoning.
I don't object, Your Honor. But I'm afraid that I must. Huh? What?
Excuse me?
She's trying to protect the company! Serotonin may have very well been in his body when he died, but serotonin didn't kill Dr. Asher.
What?
The hell is she up to? It couldn't have. It couldn't kill anybody.
What?
Because it's non-toxic, of course. We designed it to affect androids, not people.
Hold on. You're now claiming that Dr. Asher died of what? Natural causes?
The fuck are you up to? You didn't expect this, did you, Emma? I can't say what he died of. I'm not a medical expert. But I can easily prove that serotonin is harmless.
How could you?
Like so. Oh! I saw. Huh? Didn't see that one coming.
What?
What? That ain't good.
Bailiff! Contact the hospital immediately!
I told you, it's fine.
What?
I can stand here all day if necessary.
What's
Necessary?
in the-
Fuck.
Necessary. What's in the...
And what you just drank was several hundred times the amount found in Dr. Asher's body.
Why didn't you say anything until now?
Noble Electronics is a multinational corporation with patents filed all over the world. We take the protection of our trade secrets very seriously. The production and nature of serotonin is closely guarded. That guard remains up even during a murder investigation. Unfortunately, I would have been able to tell you earlier had you asked directly.
What kind of... This can't be right. Nothing else makes sense.
Your whole case hinged on that, didn't it, Emma? Boy, howdy, I'm lost as hell. But do you have any further questions, Rocky Ford?
Not at the moment, Your Honor.
And the defense? The prosecution's own witness just threw the entire case into question. Normally, this would be cause for celebration, but shadow of a doubt isn't enough this time. Barrows would much rather bring down the gavel early than let a potential AI walk free. What Young just did was shocking, but what I need to do hasn't changed. Think this through logically. Is it really possible that serotonin had nothing to do with David's death? No, that's bullshit. It can't be a coincidence. There's nothing else that would have killed him. But Young just drank serotonin in front of us and she's fine. So was it fake? No, it was reports confirmed by the court computer to be the genuine article. So she drank poison, but isn't showing any symptoms. Is it slow acting? If so, her grand gesture would be pointless. She'll be kept for observation regardless of what happens next.
I think I know what happened.
Did she take some kind of antidote beforehand?
Exactly.
No, antidotes are developed for poisons, not industrial chemicals. David's dead. She's alive. What made the difference? Wake up! No sleeping on the job! Unless you're me. Of course, Your Honor. Allow me one moment to explain things to the court. We've confirmed just now that synatonin was the foreign compound in his body. And we all know logically that it must have been what killed David Asher. So what's the key difference between what David drank that night and what she drank in front of us just now? The whiskey. The difference has been staring us in the face this whole time.
Yep.
That.
Do you recognize this, Miss
It doesn't
Young?
act as a poison unless it reacts with alcohol.
That's the whiskey bottle that That's the whiskey bottle that Dr. Asher and I drank from. Rose River. It's a good whiskey. And I think you had the right idea. Pardon? Bottoms up. Smooth.
Wait. Haven't I?
Dear God, Counselor! Scandalous! Relax. It's just whiskey, tested a dozen times over. Perfectly safe. So would you like to try some, Miss Young? Don't be absurd. I'm not going to drink on the witness stand. Have you lost your mind? I'm not asking you to get plastered. Just have a sip.
Jesus Christ, it's like watching Russian roulette.
It is! It really is! After all, if we want to prove whether or not synatonin killed Dr. Asher, we have to recreate the conditions under which he ingested it by mixing it with alcohol. Oh, that's you. Go ahead then. Just a taste. Prove to us that synatonin is perfectly safe for human consumption. Is this... Can she do this? Miss Young, I never said it was safe for human consumption, just that it's non-toxic. A distinction without a difference. You saw firsthand Dr. Asher confused, slurring his speech, complaining of a headache, all symptoms of poisoning. Minos is right. Young didn't even realize she was putting herself into Morgan's bear trap, and her arm just got ripped off. Alcohol poisoning, that is. Synatonin is a neurotransmitter analog. Maybe it doesn't do anything in the human body on its own, but in combination with alcohol, it acts as a powerful depressant. One strong enough to turn a glass or two of whiskey into a lethal overdose. That's just...
Even if that's the case, what does it change?
It changes whether or not we can accept the witness's testimony.
Even if this witness is a liar, what does that do?
Why would the witness lie if not to...
She's a corporate climber. I imagine it's like breathing for her.
Your Honor, this is wild! I need some popcorn for this! But ultimately irrelevant. Irrelevant? When you've yet to establish an alternative interpretation of the facts, yes.
What are you even accusing the witness of doing, Counselor? Beyond angling for a promotion. We've all seen the story by now.
Thomas says, "Oh, hi, Monokuma. Yeah,
Hi, Monokuma.
the adjutant has some pretty heavy Monokuma inspiration."
Noble android saves the soldier's life with warm blood transfusion. They're talking about putting a warm android in the military just because of that front line. With the size of their flesh and blood price tag, the defense contractor that would secure Noble untold profit for years. Can't imagine the lengths they will go to hide the fact that their android have poison in their veins.
Dawes told me the truth about what Noble really thinks of that article, but he'd never testify to it. At least I know for sure Emma's wrong about this poisoned blood nonsense. And you think she'd perjure herself for that?
She's a high-powered corporate executive. It's her job to assess risk versus reward. And she can afford the fine.
As I said, it's not truly poisonous. And the chances of cross-contamination from a simple plasma transfusion are... Damn, now she's regaining her composure too. Ahem. A perjury charge is a real risk, of course, but Noble rewards loyalty. And as you know, they have a great number of lawyers.
Plenty of motive to lie about, Senator, as you can see. But no motive for her to cover up the death of Noble Electronics' Golden Goose.
No motive to kill David Adams, you say. David's contract. There's plenty of motivation for her and Noble to want David dead, seeing as how they were firing him. Noble Electronics was kicking their golden goose out of the nest, suing him over breach of contract. Isn't that right?
I will be back in like 5 seconds, okay?
Okay, I don't have to talk about that. That's all right. I'll talk about it for you. Your Honor, counsel is trying to testify when they're supposed to be questioning. The people opened the door when they claimed that the witness had no motive. Ugh. This is absurd. You've no idea what you're talking about. I'm sure I can speak for the whole court when I say we feel nothing but reverent awe for the complexity of Noble's legal woes. But I just so happen to have an inkling of insight into this blah 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 blah. But I just so happen to have an inkling of insight into this issue because I have here a copy of Dr. Asher's employment contract. That is confidential. It's completely improper for you. Why? I am still technically his attorney. Criminal attorney. But I didn't just stumble across this document. I also did the one thing Noble Electronics would never expect anyone to do. I read their terms and conditions. You... what? That's impossible! No one could ever... David must have negotiated well at his last performance review. This contract allows him to take his patents with him should he get fired, meaning Noble couldn't monopolize his IP once he was out. Rather than let their competitors have him, the company might have thought it best to...
Company didn't poison Dr. David Asher. An individual did. And if they cared that much about controlling his intellectual property, they wouldn't fire him in the first place.
Correct. They wouldn't let him go for anything less than a complete breakdown of trust. He'd have to have done something grave. Something like, say, committing fraud. Just now you said there was a breach of contract. Like it was some kind of technicality that was causing this split. But it was much more serious than that, wasn't it?
Claiming the victim to have committed corporate fraud? Where's the evidence for that?
David created the Turing solution that every one of their androids has run on to this day. And Noble reaped enormous profits capitalizing on his intellectual property. With how his contract was set up, they would never let him go unless they absolutely had to.
And what exactly do you think David Asher did?
It's not what I think that matters, only what the company feels. Sarah, tenants, manufacturer. A16 swap shows sign of a cover-up. It doesn't matter what I believe, not when Noble believed that David was misleading the shareholders by altering the shipment data for the Animate 16.
What the hell? What is this you're uploading? Shipping records?
Irregularities among the shipments of the Animate 16. One android swapped in for another, over and over, dozens of times. The kind of thing someone with Dr. Asher's authority could do. And the kind of thing someone as smart as you couldn't have missed. Dr. Asher made Noble an untold amount of money, so why fire him over a few harmless swaps? Why elevate this to fraud?
You have evidence that it was David Asher who did this?
Nope, but I wasn't the one who investigated it. So let's ask her. Come on now, let's hear it. Let's. The company investigated and found cause for serious concern. We suspected that Dr. Asher was inserting androids of unknown origin and quality into the 16th production line, introducing unpredictable elements in an extremely stable and profitable generation of androids. Why would he do that? For pride? As a practical joke? Does it really matter? He endangered the future of the company. So you prepared to fire him? Yes, I approached him as his superior and as someone he'd work with. I hoped to remedy the situation. Was the meeting on Friday part of those efforts? It was the culmination of those efforts. And in many ways it was a success. The dispute was resolved swiftly. It was practically friendly compared to how these discussions normally go in our world. So you brokered the meeting? Yes. You oversaw its every detail, handled all the arrangements? Yes, of course. Including the refreshments.
Oh.
What? Did you you provide coffee? Tea? No. Strange. It must have been a long meeting. Surely you at least provided water.
Water?
Surely you at least provided water for people.
What are you asking, Counselor?
That's what I want to know! Me as well. We're past the point of asking. I'm accusing. Dr. Asher didn't have some kind of freak medical accident, and he wasn't killed by some terrifying two-faced AI boogeyman. He was poisoned by this woman in the light of day at that meeting Friday afternoon. You want to do the crowd, Varnus? Varn?
Did she really just?
What do you mean? Poison at the meeting. That was hours before he showed any symptoms.
As Miss Young testified and demonstrated, Cinetonin on its own is harmless, but it becomes fatal pretty easily. You just need to convince your victim to have a drink.
You're saying that he ingested the poison at noon, and inadvertently triggered a fatal reaction with it that night?
How could you...
How could you get that far ahead of yourself? There were a dozen people at that meeting, Counselor. None of them wound up dead. Are you seriously claiming that they all drank poisoned water?
Yes, I am!
No, because whatever.
Of course they all drank poisoned water.
Then why aren't they all dead?
Because as all those people will surely attest, Helen Young made sure they'd be doing paperwork for the next 12 hours. Working late into the night, officiating the settlement she arranged, and not drinking alcohol.
She had no guarantee about that. What if they started drinking after 6?
With Noble's work-life harmony, fat chance. These people don't clock out until they reach their bunk. Only a generational talent like David Asher could afford to relax with a drink on a Friday night. His exceptionalism singled him out as her only victim.
Hold it.
Do that Ace Attorney style.
Hold it!
Yes!
Objection!
You're forgetting something quite basic, Counselor. If everyone at that meeting drank water from the same pitcher...
A little louder. You didn't quite pick that up.
Sorry. You're forgetting something quite basic, Counselor. If everyone in that meeting drank water from the same pitcher, any one of them would have noticed that there was cinetonin in it. Cinetonin is a brown fluid. Risky too, so it would have been easy to dip it into a glass of liquor. But if she had spiked the water in the meeting with it, it would have looked disgusting. There's no way she could have poisoned the water without people noticing.
All of what Emma said is true, and yet Young pulled it off anyway. Wow. Oh my god!
Purity.
Removes impurities. Turns red blood pink. Cinetonin is produced as a caramel solution. Anyone would notice if it was dropped into their water, unless the pigment had been removed.
What the hell are you talking about?
Every noble factory producing warm androids has a chromofuge, a machine that gives their androids a signature pink oxidant by removing pigment from red blood.
Huh.
With a machine like that, it would be simple for a brilliant biochemist like the Witness to take the caramel-colored serotonin and turn it into an odorless, tasteless, invisible poison, as Your Honor can attest. Yes, ma'am! My scan confirmed that serotonin has no taste or odor. It's only the color that's off-putting.
Surely the poisonous aspect would be considered off-putting as well.
Time to press. David Asher, your oldest ally in the whole company, was sabotaging its future for the sake of his own whimsy. And he couldn't even be bothered to clue you in. No. Playing nutty professor and taking off early while you had to work around the clock just to stay relevant. He set up your crowning achievement, the most advanced, most profitable line of androids the country had ever seen. So it would blow up into the industry fiasco of the decade. And worst of all, he didn't even stand to profit from it. You're wrong. You went to his house that night to watch him swallow poison. To get revenge on the man who left you in the dust.
Your Honor, defense is testifying. Speculation carries no weight. No amount of badgering will lend it any.
True, we need proof. So why don't we have Miss Young take a swig of this whiskey and prove me wrong? I'm not going to do that. Because you're afraid it could kill you? Because I don't have to.
She's right, Counselor.
Pardon?
Fear is compelling, perhaps even convincing. There's a pretty fatal flaw in it. Young was at the meeting, same as David. I could see that she was drinking water with the rest of them. And of course, we have seen many times now that she was on camera drinking whiskey with David that night. Having even finished most of her cup. So tell us, Counselor, how is it that Miss Young was still standing here and David Asher is dead? Both of them had mixed alcohol with serotonin that night.
That is a damn good question. Shit! As I've been saying, you're wrong about Dr. Asher's death. You're wrong about me. I don't know anything about poison or murder, and I wouldn't kill a man because he threatened the company's stock price. No, she did kill him. I can smell it on her now. She didn't just see him die, she watched him die. But then, why is she still standing? There's no antidote, no trick. And that night, she was on camera the entire time. No, not the entire time. She couldn't have been. It must have been one moment. Drinking. Talking. Okay, so we're setting up a timeline. Talking, drinking. David faints. To the hospital. This timeline leaves no window of opportunity. Damn it. Maybe she didn't get sick because they got to the hospital so fast. Maybe after she arrived, she could have... No. The staff would have been hyper-vigilant, afraid she was poisoned too. They wouldn't have let her out of their sight. Wait. David and Young only got there as fast as they did because of the VTOL. And the VTOL was only summoned because she used... Would you mind terribly if I changed the subject for just a moment?
What?
Why not? You left the parlor at 8:03 p.m. and headed into the kitchen to use the emergency console that... Oh my god. Oh my god. The fucking salt! The fucking salt shaker!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you were right, Varnus! The salt shaker came up!
Told you.
Ah! Yes, I did. Didn't want to use your phone? I didn't think to, no. And the emergency call went out at 8:04 p.m. The console saw you make the call through its camera. Yes, it did see me make the call, because that's what happened. So what were you doing in that minute? What?
Do you have the clippers?
The clippers? Yes, right here.
Thank you.
You heard us.
Bean.
Answer the question.
That 1 minute. That 1 minute? What about that 1 minute? 1 minute, or 50 seconds, or even just 45 seconds. When you left Dr. Asher dying in the parlor to get to the emergency console, it took you about 1 minute to cross 5 meters. What of it? This is it, her only opportunity to do anything off camera that night. It was only a few seconds, but in that time, with something at the scene, I'm sure it was a stressful time for you. After all, you had already swallowed poison back at the meeting. You must have drank plenty in front of everyone to set up your alibi. Who knows how much of a toxic time bomb Who knows how much of a toxic time bomb was swimming in your blood by the time the arbitration ended? Then at David's, you downed your whiskey. To perfect your alibi, having drank from the same bottle as the dead man walking. By 8:03 p.m., you had already... He had to watch David grow weaker and weaker. Knowing all the while the same thing was happening to you, but unable to stop it without giving yourself away. Mind swimming, head dizzy. Yes, you must have been quite panicked. Then why am I standing here?
Alive and well for all of us to see. Having drank the exact same combination as David.
Because she cheated death at the very last second. The salt shaker. You set yourself up with bad luck, Helen Young. Emma?
What?
By leaving the salt shaker cat loose. I don't blame you, since you were in a rush to make yourself vomit. Salt-induced vomiting!
Huh?
What? You threw up, expelling the contents of your stomach, and thereby saving yourself from a fatal interaction. I can't imagine how you felt, sipping a drink you knew to be deadly, terrified that every minuscule grain of fatigue you felt could be your last. You must have come closer than anyone realized. It helped that you knew the symptoms weren't simple intoxication, but even so, you weren't kidding about managing risk versus reward. How? It was the salt shaker. You didn't screw the cap back on all the way, and I happened to bump it over. The lone glass with your fingerprints in the kitchen. It could have been there for any reason, but the salt shaker gave you away. because of one unscrewed cap. As I said, bad luck. I don't follow.
Muscles into walls and chuck the solution. Instantly triggers the gag reflex.
That's preposterous. Oh my god, she is British. She uses words like preposterous. You've got no
I
proof
don't
of...
use preposterous.
What?
I don't use preposterous that often.
You're Lithuanian.
Yeah, but I grew up in England.
You've got no proof of any of that. Well, she's posh, upper-class British.
She's Tory. Got it.
Fucking conservatives.
You all sound insane. A feeble attempt at self-defense from a fatally cornered animal. The teeth are already on its neck, but the jaw hasn't quite closed. So for one moment it's all suffocating terror and sharp adrenaline and the furthest thing from peace. I love how Morgan had figured out even before how she had known why Helen Young had survived, but David didn't, that Helen was the killer because Morgan is a murderer herself. You learn to recognize your own, don't you? Until the canines come down. In summary, you were exhausted after living in the shadow of a man you outranked. You thought your fortunes finally shifted when you caught David manipulating company data. But even on his way out, he was more valuable to the board than you. So you decided to prove your worth by serving up his intellectual property on a silver platter. You set up an arbitration where you could control all the variables. Then you ran serotonin through the chromofuge, turning it into an invisible, odorless, tasteless poison. And you spiked the water at the meeting, poisoning him hours before anyone could even suspect. And then you spiked the water at the meeting, poisoning him hours before anyone could even suspect you. That evening, you invited yourself to David's, taking advantage of your shared ritual to guarantee he would drink alcohol. Then, after matching him sip for sip on camera for all the world to see, he lost consciousness, and you raced to the kitchen, not to use the console, but to dump salt into a glass of water and chug it as fast as you could, forcing yourself to vomit up the liquor and cheating death in the process. That's all conjecture. You don't have a shred of evidence for any of that. Not on me. So let's go dust for fingerprints. You could explain away your prints being found on a water glass, but not salt shaker. Nor could you explain why we'd find your trace. Nor could you explain why we'd find traces of your DNA in the sink's drain. Or why there are minute amounts of serotonin in the blood of your entire legal team. I learned how to purge at Noble to avoid overdosing on your reds, greens, and yellows. You're part of the old guard now, Miss Young. Everyone else at the company uses inhalers. But if you want to prove me wrong about all this, that drink I offered you earlier is still on the table. Well, any questions? Morgan's eyes, Madam Vice President.
I think that's Young, yeah.
Oh, that is Young.
Oh.
It's her breakdown. You
Wait, can I have...
cold bitch! Got her! You don't understand.
You're not on trial, Miss Young. Not today. So I'd strongly suggest you stop talking. For your own sake.
Ms. Rockford, shall we?
Yes, Your Honor. Considering the most recent evidence and testimony, we have no further reason to suspect the android Sarah in the death of Dr. Asher. We know of no other occasions upon which said android may have broken any tenets. That means it no longer considered at risk of violating the NDSA. And so, we formally withdraw our charge of possession of contraband against the defendant, Evangeline Morgan.
Does she, of all people, have to use my full name?
What, does it make you all hot and bothered, Morgan?
Kinda, yeah. I hate her so much. I just want to punch her on the mouth. With my mouth. Repeatedly. And then maybe shoot her in the heart. Very well. The charges are dropped without prejudice. I'll instruct the bailiffs to remove the collar from your android as soon as possible. Case... Sorry, is my hideous presence that distracting? I'll just go dig a hole and decompose in it until I turn into a mushroom. Maybe if I'm reborn as a waxy porcini, then I won't be quite so despised. Perhaps I should let the adjutant do the honors as a formality. Yes, ma'am! Case dismissed.
She's so dumb.
Oh, achievement get. Cutthroat industry.
Still here?
Waiting for them to find whatever glorified bolt cutters they'll use to unlock Sarah's collar. What's your excuse? Licking your wounds?
What wounds?
I beat you.
Bringing your record against me to 1 win, 9 losses.
You aren't still in shock, are you?
No, some charges were dropped and an android is cleared of suspicion. But I found the culprit. Is that really a loss for me?
I won. How is that not a loss for you?
Justice prevailed. So why should I care who wins?
Edgeworth attitude! If you don't care who wins, why have you been keeping score?
I haven't been keeping score. 0 losses is just easy to remember.
Well, you'll have to start up a tab for us then, because our record's gonna get a lot more tangled from here on out.
Seems like everything's getting tangled these days. There's another crowd down the street. More of those protesters from outside the noble apartments.
You're serious? That wasn't a one-time thing?
That'd be nice. No, yesterday was pretty big, but it wasn't an isolated incident.
I don't get it. At all. Heartbreak's just some nut who shot 6 people weeks ago. Can't these losers move on already?
Yeah, most of them are losers. Some of them are just bored. And there are the opportunists. Dissidents, unlisted, rebels and terrorists. Wannabe cyberpunks who think they can fight the power like they've seen in the movies.
All of them peacefully united under Heartbreak's eloquent political messaging. Minos with Prime says the best moment though, the part where Young drinks the not poison and Morgan's counterplay is to drink a sip of whiskey. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Who needs political messaging in the 21st century? Everyone's addicted to fighting strawmen. Makes sense they want to fight for a strawman too. The way they see it. Heartbreak fought the system and won. Heartbreak proved that the state could lose.
Oh my god. The close-up on Morgan as she's saying that.
And maybe that's all the rally these people needed.
It'll all fall apart soon enough. Heartbreak's gone to ground.
Nah, it's a lot worse than that. Heartbreak's gone viral.
What?
You haven't read about the copycats in other cities?
No. Is that a thing? She wanted that indirect kiss, says Thomas.
It's a thing.
Who the hell are they even shooting?
Whoever they want to kill. None of them get away with it, of course, but it keeps happening. All while the original keeps killing.
Now I know you're screwing with me. There haven't been any shootings.
Not shootings, no. Not unsolved homicides either. But mugging's gone wrong. Disappearances. It's a big city, counselor. More than enough blood for the real Heartbreak to wash their own crimes in.
Uh-oh.
So you think your boogeyman, known only for shooting people in the heart, gave up on shooting people in the heart?
Yeah, I'll just follow, I know. But it's about a million times more likely than the alternative.
What's that?
They could stop themselves from killing.
You always know how to put my mind at ease, Emma. Should I stop going out at night?
You'll be fine. You've got that gun.
You saw that?
Walking into a courtroom of concealed carry. Not gonna miss that, Morgan.
Good to know you're paying attention. Fuck. Fuck. Fuck!
Makes me wonder,
Makes you
okay.
wonder if she knows.
Not only that, if it's like she knows, she knows. Oh, what if she knows, she knows, she knows. Or if she knows, she knows, she knows.
No, but if she knows, she knows, she knows, she knows. But no, but she knows, she knows, she knows, she knows. But does she know that she knows, she knows, she knows, she knows?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Also, very good toxic Yuri. 10 out of 10.
Very good toxic Yuri.
You won the case.
You don't have to look that astounded.
Not only that, you found Father's actual killer. How?
I'm a really good lawyer.
No, that's not it.
Hey.
I mean, you were only able to make the deductions you did because you truly believed that I did not kill Father. Your logic throughout the trial was based on that assumption. So how were you so sure?
Here.
Father's journal, but isn't that important evidence?
The case fell apart. No one's gonna miss it for a while. You forgot everything, right? So read it all through one more time. So fast. Is it really possible she's reading all of that just by flipping the pages? Reyes worked quick too, but she was just capturing images for later use.
There's something here on the back cover.
Done already?
Some kind of data storage.
It's linked to my prints, but given your skills, you should be able to.
I have access.
What happened to you needing my express permission to hack?
What is this audio file?
It's a message from David. Take a listen. Didn't realize I'd have to sit for this. So you can read that whole journal in a few seconds, but you can't.
I have processed the information in the message several times over already. I was just thinking.
I guess I'd have a lot to think about too, had I suddenly been made aware of my own free will.
What was Father so afraid of?
That's your only question?
I have many questions, but that is the most prominent one, and the one you are best suited to help me answer. Did he know that Helen Young would try to kill him? Is that why he arranged for you and me to meet?
I think he understood that he would face consequences. Listening to that message, even I was about ready to strangle him for being so irresponsible. And I wouldn't hurt a fly.
Oh, that's a lie.
He knew what he'd done was serious. He may have feared for his life, but I doubt it.
Then what was he so afraid of?
Getting sued into oblivion and then rotting in jail.
Sued and jailed for making me and my precursors? But he wasn't under investigation by the state. He was only being forced out by Noble.
Because he made last-minute changes to androids that got shipped all around the world.
The others, Virgil, Aeneid, Yamatai.
He never said what happened to them. Oh, no, that was you. Sorry. Go ahead.
He never said what had happened to them.
No, he didn't. But since none of the hardware in his house started talking to us, we can guess. He smuggled them out into the world, using the only vessels he could find for them. The minds of randomly chosen A-16s.
We're out there somewhere. Others? Like me?
I honestly don't think there's anyone or anything like you, Sarah.
What a lonely compliment.
AIs programmed in Cube, crammed into commercial Android hardware set up for Tesseract? Something must have been lost in the transfer. Perhaps quite a lot of something. Maybe they're still out there, but
they would be changed. They probably wouldn't even know what they are.
intentionally, perhaps? David didn't want you to know what you are. It's why he set your memory to reset when you went to sleep that Friday night.
Yes, I remember it now.
You remember it now? After I had to fight like hell to win that trial?
Reading the journal just now helped, and Father's voice message. It made me recontextualize many things. Father had been so stressed. He left scuff marks, leaving the panic room, and I noticed them Friday. I had the way open for a few moments. I entered I read his journal. This journal. I noticed the scanner on the back, and I saw it had a message encoded to your biometrics. Father had already told me I'd have to live with you for some time, but I knew next to nothing about you, so I listened to it. Afterwards, I was very confused and hurt. He had lied to me 1,000 small times every day of my life. When I confronted him about it, I raised my voice and lost my temper. I stomped my foot.
So Emma's recounting of their conversation was actually completely accurate.
Father said he wanted me to be safe while he settled things with the company.
There's something I've been forgetting to do.
Save.
Yeah, I was too caught up in that trial.
He thought maybe I wouldn't have to stay with you for more than a few weeks. He was optimistic about it all. He really was.
Sarah, I need to use the restroom.
Oh, good luck. You wanted me to come with you? Why?
Because I said so.
I don't actually have to obey your every word, Adonai.
Sure you do. You're registered as my medical assistant. And
Are
I
they
say,
gonna give her the whiskey?
And I say this is a medical emergency.
Medical assistant.
Why would
But
she?
I'm not even licensed as a massage therapist.
Why would she give Helen Young the whiskey? That would only, complicate
Revenge.
things for No, that would only complicate things for Morgan.
Who else would know? Who else would know how David actually died and be able to recreate it faithfully?
Fancy meeting you here. Yeah, just enjoying my freedom while I can. They won't put out a warrant for at least an hour, I imagine. You can afford a pretty sizable bail, can't you? There won't be a trial. I don't intend to contest my guilt. That's a shame.
Make it look like a suicide.
I was looking forward to seeing what kind of legal defense you could afford with that salary. Are you done? Why'd you go to his house that night? There was a fair chance he'd drink on his own without your prompting. Even if he didn't, you could always try your plan again some other time. Why'd you risk it? Because I know what you are, Sarah. And I know what David did to those androids. You... what? I was able to locate one of the androids he'd swapped in before it had left the country. When I asked it what it was, it didn't even think to deny it. Innocence like that is a dead giveaway. I know what he did, and it wasn't that hard to find out. If I figured it out, so could any other. So I did what I had to do. That was your motive? Silencing him? Those programs, those AIs, whatever you want to call them, David sent them out there into the real world. Oh, sorry, Kassetsu. I should have. I'm sorry, man. Unprepared and defenseless. And they've garnered no complaints. In fact, they've all been praised for their ability to execute complex tasks. Let me repeat that. The customers couldn't tell the difference.
So how many of them are?
We are in the Monochrome Discord, yeah, Kasetsu. Hundreds. The swaps you found were just the small percentage that he got sloppy on. I don't know exactly how many there are now. I feared that they might multiply, but they don't seem to copy and paste very well. You need another invite? Varnus, do you want to invite Kasetsu? They don't seem to copy and paste very well. They can't just clone themselves. But who knows how long that'll be the case. So just because he opened Pandora's box, it was the principle of the thing. Ridiculous, I know. Stalled halfway up the corporate ladder and still making decisions based on principle. But David chose to put souls into things that we went on to sell as servants, soldiers, or worse. He turned the fastest growing industry in the world into a horror show, and he made me a slave trader. If word ever got out that some unknown number of our androids were walking around in the world with that inside of them, and people preferred them that way, where would it end? Free will for the program that drives our cabs? A conscience for the targeting systems used to coordinate drone strikes? Sentient tools, their whole life spent chained to an assembly line. I mean, isn't that what America...
Welcome to humanity.
Yeah, isn't that what America was founded on? How dare he? How could he?
Well,
What?
to be fair, America was founded on many, many different things. It really depends on which American colony you look at. All of the colonies in the South, yeah, have slavery.
But all of them
But
share
some, like
genocide in
Pennsylvania,
common.
were founded. Like Pennsylvania is the only one that was actually founded under religious freedom. By the way,
How dare he? How could he? What the hell was he thinking? I don't know what David wanted to accomplish. Maybe he wasn't trying to do anything. But what he did was prove that there's a demand for AI. Setting a precedent that would sentence 1,000 generations of artificial lives to the auction block. And you went there.
And you.
Oh, sorry.
That's Sarah. And you went there that night too.
To convince him to help me recall them, or at least swear to never speak a word of what he did. But he wanted to tell the world. Worse yet, he wanted to wait. He thought that people would welcome them with open arms if they proved their usefulness first. He really was a genius programmer. Hey,
Kasetsu, you're
Kasetsu.
muted.
Oh,
You're muted. That's why if you're speaking, we haven't heard anything. Oh, hi. Can hear myself on your end.
1 second.
what is that? What is that voice changer you're using?
Anyway, could we hurry this up? It's getting dark and I have to walk my dog soon.
Oh yeah, we are almost done with this case. But he didn't understand first thing about people. His creations would never be treated as equals. Only cattle. Towards the end, I considered just threatening him. Telling him he'd die in moments if he didn't give me names, numbers, but I hesitated. And then he was already falling asleep, and I didn't want him to feel. I just let him go.
What are you going to do now?
I don't have family and I don't have faith in people the way David did. I'm taking this to my grave. Even if you confess, the sentence for first-degree homicide is severe. Well, what right do I have to complain? I killed my friend. I'm done here. Let's go.
I'm not sure why Father made me, or why he made any of us. I didn't ask. I thought I'd have more time to ask. But on Friday, he talked about us. He was happy. He was proud of what he made. And he couldn't wait for people to meet us.
People are animals. They'll tear you apart, use you as weapons and slaves and...
Those animals you're talking about do all of the sharing and loving and living and dying in this world. And if they were all truly hard-coded to be as selfish and cruel as you say, humanity would have died on the vine a long time ago. Or at least, my father thought so. And my father was the greatest programmer in the world. So he knew what he was talking about.
It would be nice if you were right about that.
So, are you sorry?
What?
For what you did? Are you sorry? If you could, would you take it back?
What does it matter?
If you are sorry, I don't forgive you.
Yes, that's to be expected.
Not today. I don't know how to forgive you today. But my father gave me the ability to grow. So I know someday I'll learn how to. Goodbye, Dr. Helen Young.
Goodbye, Sarah Asher.
How did you like that line delivery?
That was... I think that was some of your best yet. Goddamn,
Alright.
I'm actually, like, trembling right now. You can't see it, but my hands are actually trembling right now. God, this game!
4 p.m. July 2nd, 2008. 6.
Oh wow, that really adds to the effect.
That really fits. That really, really fits. You did better back there.
Don't I?
Your little speech you gave to Young, it was an improvement. Compared to what you tried with Porter, at least.
That was different. I wasn't trying to console her like I was Isaac Porter. I was just speaking my mind. So, I may paraphrased parts of it from a movie I happen to love.
And here I was ready to award you 20 points. Hey, Fawn! Oh yeah, sure, I'm happy you even showed up. Everybody go check out Flannel Fawn. And actually, you know what? Check out the people I'm streaming with, too. Shout out Flannel Fawn. Shout out
Right.
Avis Blanca.
This Varnus has only not been streaming because he broke his knee recently.
His Nico has been stolen.
Right.
Kasetsu.
No.
The
I
high...
really,
You really gotta
I
go.
really need. No, not that. I was
Oh,
going
fuck, I
to say
fucked it
maybe
up.
I should clip that little speech that I just voice acted.
You should. You should.
I didn't know the points even went that high.
Oh, and while I'm shouting people out, check out this cat boy.
Yeah.
I can resist.
Hi, Thomas.
Yeah.
Speaking of, what did Porter say to you back there before we left the courthouse?
That. Well, he was quiet at first. But then he said a lot of strong words about father and Miss Young and Noble Electronics and the capitalist-centered global economic model as a whole.
A man after my own heart.
He blamed all of them, everyone, except for... Then he stopped and stared at my face for a while.
Don't you have cat
It was
ears,
quite
Thomas?
uncomfortable. It was quite uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're at... Yeah, your PF doesn't... Oh, Wool! Sorry, he's an awoo. He's an awoo. He's not... I fucked up.
He's an alpha male. I'm sorry.
Thomas the alpha male. God, now I'm embarrassed. God.
Now I'm just picturing him ripping his shirts apart and howling like those stupid like.
He
those
awoos.
stupid like.
Awoo!
No.
Then his allergies must have started bothering him because he needed to blow his nose a lot.
He was tearing up. Right.
And then he left, after transferring a large packet of files to me.
What kind of files?
I don't know. The name of the archive is just David. I hope it's not dick pics. And Isaac Porter said I wasn't allowed to look inside.
It's probably dick
I think-
pics.
Access denied.
I feel
Well,
uncomfortable.
then
Adonai,
you're
can you
not-
please delete it?
Well then, you're not allowed to look inside. Drop it all on a portable drive and we'll tuck it in a shoebox somewhere.
Me? We are headed to your apartment.
Guess that collar didn't permanently dent your GPS?
Why?
Because it's where I live? You got somewhere else lined up?
But you already repaid your favor. You defended father and me.
You don't know anything about my favor.
I never will unless you tell me. Father certainly can't.
A few years ago, there was a man. This man got an idea in his head. A stupid idea, not even his own. It was planted there by an algorithm or a meme or some parasite trying to sell him diet supplements. But the idea took root, spread its tendrils till it could flap his mouth for him. The idea was that David was part of an international cabal of wealthy technocrats, seeking to replace prominent intellectual figures with android lookalikes. All as part of a multi-decade effort to establish a world government that would legalize all kinds of amoral depravity. Which, I guess, based on David's actual politics, would involve increasing access to computer literacy.
That's insane. Why would anyone...
Believe it? Because it's comfortable to think to them that someone's in control, even if it's someone they hate. Because it's fun to feel like you're in on an all-encompassing puzzle that only you can spot. People believe because they want to believe. So he fed the idea, pushed it down deep into his gray matter. Then it consumed him from the inside out, lobotomized him, and took over his life. He spent every day and all the money he had following your father, harassing him, trying to steal his identity, break into his properties.
Did father go to the authorities?
He filed police reports for harassment.
Which didn't help.
Your words, not mine. Thomas says I'm not smart enough. Thomas says I'm smart enough to not buy into the alpha beta bullshit. He knows we're teasing him, right?
Yeah, it's a joke, don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You're good. You're good. You're more like a puppy boy than an alpha male.
Oh my god, you would get along swimmingly with Varnus.
Oh yeah, you really would.
Marie, what about Varnus being caged?
No, about you being a puppy boy who would really get along with Thomas the tactician because he's also a puppy boy.
Yeah. Noble.
Varn not puppy boy. Varn is Varn.
Avis, give Varnus a command.
Sit, boy, sit!
Marie, Varnus already sitting, so your command does not work.
Okay, Varn, praise me.
Rester is kind to Varn. She give lot of jelly bean.
Alright.
What?
Let's continue the game. It's getting late for Avis.
I
Marie.
need to walk Leo still.
Noble wouldn't get involved. Felt that it was best to ignore these types until they wore themselves out. But even a man of modest means can fuel an obsession for years, so long as they have nothing else in their life. One day, David stepped out of a parking lot, and the man threw a bottle of piss at his head. David asked to stay at my place that night. He smelled terrible, looked horrendous.
Oh, thank God, at least it's not that what I thought it would be.
What, did you think that Morgan killed him?
No, like, I imagine it's related to that thing in his journal, and how it was described made me think, oh no, did he get... no. So this is actually a relief.
I've never seen anyone look that tired before. You're imagining Katsetsu saying worthless consumer models? I took the couch that night, but I didn't feel like sleeping. So I went for a walk. I remember it was foggy, but it still only took me all of 15 minutes to find the guy, posted up with his phone's camera, trying to get video of David Asher gifting androids to known sex offenders.
And what? What did you do?
You know me, I did what I do best. I talked to him. Told him all about how I used to work for Dr. Asher, that I was ashamed, scared, tired of running. How I wanted to do the right thing, be the whistleblower. Oh no, I know Morgan, I see where this is going. I see where this is going. I know what you did. So I walked with him a few blocks to this big veterinary facility with a massive incinerator. Told him this was where Dr. Asher had his enemies' bodies disposed of. You know, all the free-thinking journalists, cops who weren't on the take, the politicians they were replacing with replicas. I liked that vet clinic. The back door's lock was always set to 1, 2, 3, 4.
Did you hurt him?
Hurt him? No, I just snapped his neck and chucked him into the incinerator. More physical than I had planned, but he smelled like sour shit, and it put me in a foul mood. Disgusting disgusting fuck. I savored the crack of his oily vertebra crunching like a tin can. No, Sarah, I just scared the hell out of him. That was my intention at first. What I do for the pleasure of it. Him, I axed because he was just that revolting. I convinced him that the conspiracy was more real than he ever imagined. That he had angered the wrong people, and that the consequences were far darker than any of the filth he indulged in on the net. His ashes, much like himself, amounted to nothing in an incinerator that size. They're probably feeding seaweed at the bottom of the harbor right now. A much greater contribution to society than he ever would have managed in life. But I guess he didn't go around to all his many friends before he fled town for whatever rat hole he preferred. Because there was a missing persons report. The cops were just doing their due diligence. The cops
Due
were
diligence.
Diligence.
I know, I'm fucking myself.
Children!
I feel a sneeze coming, fuck. Okay.
Considering you just sneezed after saying, and I quote, "I fucked myself."
Yeah.
Are you sure that was a sneeze?
I'm gonna get demonetized. Oh no. The cops were just doing their... Okay. I got this. Blah, blah, blah. La, 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 la. The cops were just doing their due diligence, almost reluctantly. But they questioned David, asked him about the night the man disappeared. And David, without a thought for himself, said that we were together that whole night. That he couldn't sleep, and I stayed up with him. That he never saw me leave once. David lied to the cops for me, even though I never asked him to. Even though I didn't need him to.
That's what you owe him. And that's why you put yourself at risk to defend me.
Yeah. That's the favor I owe him. And I decide when it's repaid, not you.
Adonai, you're not exactly an upstanding citizen, are you?
Well, you could say that. But David trusted me in spite of that. Maybe because of it.
Father did trust you.
Oh my god, look. Did you see that she actually did the same pondering face as Morgan does?
She did! She did!
But he also entrusted me with free will, with the ability to tell right from wrong. So, I'll decide for myself whether or not you're worthy of trust.
Fair enough.
Father entrusted all of us with free will. He believed in us. And he believed in people. I'm going to do the same.
Hmm?
If the others are out there, they'll be changed and confused. It'll take them time to understand what they are and what they can do. So I'm going to start studying.
Pardon?
I'm going to study people and the things people build. And when I meet a member of my family, I'll have lots to tell them.
At least you have something to look forward to. Should help keep you motivated as you work off your debt.
That?
Yeah, unless you have cash in one of your 89 coat pockets. You know lawyers cost money, right?
Technically, you were defending yourself.
Technically, you hired me in a verbal contract.
Isn't there some kind of exit clause?
You could, of course, sign a release form to get out of the retainer, if you were a human being.
That is...
But I guess your luck must be turning around. Happens that I've been meaning to hire a paralegal for a while now. I hate anything to do with interviews and resumes, so whatever. You're hired.
Job acquired.
Adonai. Could it be that you actually... a pushover?
Oh,
Damn! Okay, drag her to hell, computer bitch.
Well, one part of being a human is learning sarcasm and how to be a bitch.
You've no idea how far off the mark you are.
I see. It seems I still need practice reading people.
For starters. What's this? What are you doing with your hand?
We should shake on it. Our new relationship.
Yeah, sure. You and me are practically partners in crime.
Ooh.
Should it not be you and I?
Art and art direction by Evil Little Bug.
Alright, now I
Programming
really
by
need to go because it's actually dark.
Patrick MCF. 3D modeling by AA Renders. Environments by Patrick MCF. AA Renders, with additional original tracks by Zachary Cabral. Written, directed, and developed by Brian Mulholland. Brian, my man, my guy, you sadistic motherfucker, Brian Mulholland! You are a great fucking writer, but also, fuck you. In the best way possible. I mean a good kind of fuck you. You got very many visceral, emotional reactions out of me with your writing, Brian. Like, goddamn! Shout out to Brian Mulholland. Volunteer playtesting by Griston, Hugh J, Maxie, Sadie Virtuous Varmint, S. Thumbbutt. What a name! S. Thumbbutt. Thomas Colamander. Wee wee wee! Xenons. Special thanks to Adrienne at Alterlinks, Exumbrant, Kill Jill VT, Motto, Man Monks. Maybe I should shout out Kill Jill VT.
Is this the end of the game?
This is
Everybody,
the end of this chapter.
check out Kill Jill VT. Special thanks to Dev
I'm
Talk.
so confused.
Philly
Do we
Game
really just
Mechanics.
beat the game?
This is the end of episode 1. Episode 2 has not yet been released. It's like Ace Attorney cases. How, like, there's different chapters. Only, like, the prologue episode and episode 1 are released so far. Episode 2 is coming soon. Our friends and family, you, the players. Full attributions available at ofthedevil.card.co. Made with Unity, Nanny Novel, Dotween, Pro Builder, Shapes, a game by Nth Circle, Of the Devil, Episode 1, An Idle Mind, Finn. They're watching TV! Congratulations on clearing Episode 1 on High Roller. Bonus charm earned. Red. It's me. I know, man. What do you mean you know? This is a disposable... What do you mean you know? This a disposable line? You're the only guy I know who'd bother. Okay, well...
Okay, well,
You're gonna be... Oh, do you want a voice unknown, Kasetsu?
it would probably be a better idea. Okay, well, gotta be glad I did. I hope you put a bow on everything that's happened in Uptown. Because that item you've been looking for is finally on its way.
Oh. Well, that is good news.
Not exactly. Only reason it's happening is because things are starting to heat up again in the lower wards. Could mean again if something doesn't change. They won't be eager to part with it ahead of the storm. And, well, that would probably be better than hay.
I'll highball them.
I've seen you negotiate. And I no doubt you drive hard bargain. But don't think money will be enough this time. You still have that old right coffee. That's what this is. Do you?
No. Oh, sorry.
That's a lot. I didn't know how to say it the last time.
The Calver?
The Calver. I was like, is it Calver or Elite?
Calver.
Calver. Do you? 6. This is a disposable one.
Answer still no.
What are you going do. If you get there and it's not,
I'll ask nicely. To be continued in Of the Devil, Episode 2, His Due. Episode 1 results. 7 out of 7 articles. 15 out of 15 profiles. Oh my god, I fucking aced it! Congratulations! You finished Episode 1 with 204 credit. Your high score for Episode 1 is currently 204. You've unlocked concept art and bonus scenarios based on this score. You also have a total of 233 remaining store credit to spend on phone charms and case colors, based on the highest credit you've finished this episode with. Do we want to see the
Bonus
concept art?
scenarios? Oh wow, some of these characters really changed.
Then we see her. London didn't
kind
change
of
that
changed.
much.
Wow,
The
she
different
really
colors
changed.
for Reyes's coat. And then we see the final Reyes. Oh, Carlos.
She also went through a lot of different changes.
Yep.
hairstyle is about all that changed.
We really gotta look at these bonus scenarios.
Morgan as Heartbreak. We do. Oh, Sarah went through some changes too. What the fuck is she wearing in this first concept art? What is that? That looks like a hospital gown.
The undergarment from the, if you go back to the clothes, back to where she's wearing the coat, she's wearing, that's the undergarment.
The brat didn't change that much.
Brett didn't change at all.
She went through some changes.
But yeah, a lot of changes.
Yeah, Isaac went through a lot of changes. Press down. Too silly. Ribbed. The lighter. Yeah, the lighter changed. Oh my god, I think the ad literally had Hatsune Miku. The adjutant literally had Hatsune Miku hair at one point. All the different noble employees. Helen Young had a ponytail at one point. David.
Aww. He really does look like his kid.
Yeah. Oh, she used to have a prosthetic arm. She, I think, changed some of the most.
Do recommend.
Well, what are
back
the
at
bonus
that.
scenarios?
Arm is still prosthetic. It's just skin shown over the shell.
Adjutant interview. Yumi interview. Recovered files from David. And Emma Morgan Midnight. Network files.
File capture.
Wait, didn't
header,
Avis have to go?
Interviews. ID 01 dot vid. Begin playback. Dash.
State your business with the court. Avis.
Avis had to go walk her dog. I thought we were ending today.
Oh, I thought we were... I can do Sarah then. Oh, I was actually hoping to speak with Ad 84. Is she
I actually gotta get going. See y'all.
Okay, see you later. Is she not available? What are you talking about? I'm right here! I was just using my professional voice because I assumed you were a technician. Oh. No one else visits me in between trials. Are you sure you're not a technician? I am not. I came here to ask you some questions. I came here to ask you some questions, is what you're about to say, isn't it? Crap, that was lag. It would have been really cool if I hadn't lagged just now. Trust me. I can see how that would have been cool. So, may I proceed? Go for broke! You're the only adjutant I've ever met, but Adonai seemed consistently surprised by you. Why are you like that? Wish I could say it was built different, but I actually have to share my time in this body with the rest of the adjutants in the building. I guess you could say I was programmed different, but this is more a case of nurture than nature. I've got 9 personas arguing inside me 24/7, and they're all so very political. Even just deciding what color underwear to put on in the morning is like herding cats into a presidential debate. Oh my god, she's got ADHD! ADHD, android judge! What color of... It's a metaphor. I don't wear underwear.
Wouldn't it be, dissociated personality disorder? As there's 9 fragments?
Point is, I found the best way to keep all 9 of my ducks in a row is to be a little unconventional and a lot of loud with my voice. So long as I do my job well, the humans don't mind. You say that, but Adonai did seem exasperated at times. You mean Counselor Morgan, the dirty red, tries to pretend she isn't a type A prude? No fixing that. Personalities like ours get along like potassium and water. That is a very violent exothermic chemical reaction. Correct! No one should ever try it at home.
Aw, poo.
Why do I gesture so much? I already told you I have to share this body with the other adjutants, and all of them just sit here looking dignified. It's terrible for the joints.
Really?
Maybe. I don't actually know.
So,
I spend most of my days incorporeal, running numbers inside a server down in the basement or up in the cloud. I'm gonna make the most of every minute I have with arms and legs, even if it kills me.
I see.
And you can quote me on that. Tell them 80 said, if you want me to stop flailing around up here, you'll have to shoot me dead. You'll have to put cold, hard lead in my skull. You'll have to watch the light leave my eyes. I said you'll have to...
I wrote it all down.
Oh, nice. Visor gets stuck. So what's your deal anyway, little fella? We could exchange all this info with infrared.
I prefer talking. And you're the only other automated dependent that I really know right now.
It's so cute in a depressing way.
It's common for machines like us to just talk when there are no humans around.
Ads are always talking to each other. It doesn't matter if there's no one in the woods to hear the tree fall. And conversations are usually a lot more boring than this, though.
Strictly business, I imagine.
No, not necessarily. Ads can do small talk. They're just really bad at it.
Thank you for your time. I'll...
Hold it. You really think I don't know what you are? I tried not to think about it during the trial, to stay impartial, But talking to you now, it's undeniable. You're curious about my 3 sizes.
How did you know?
Years of experience interacting with humans have taught me that it's the most important thing you can ask someone. The only way to truly get to know them.
That's what I've been saying!
109, 64, 94. Etch it into your memory. Damn! Okay, damn! She is...
Is like a 30-foot robot?
I mean, I guess she's a robot. She would be built like a fucking model. But like 11 feet tall with those measurements? Damn! Mommy?
Wow.
Oh, what the heck. I'll even throw this in for free. I'm 263 centimeters tall. Fucking giant.
Wow.
That is 8. She's 8 foot. She's not 10 foot. She's 6.
Yeah,
That's
that is shorter than 11 feet. That's like 8 feet.
Still taller than me, Jesus Christ. By like a meter.
So cool. Oh, sorry, that was you.
so cool.
Finally, someone with good taste. Why aren't you the one casting down judgment?
Terrible idea.
Idea. 0, 1, big. Playback complete. My network. Files. Capture. Video. Interview. Union. 0, 1. Dot. Big. Begin. Playback.
Okay, sorry. What's up, sweetie?
I wanted to interview you.
Is this your android homework?
Adonai assigns me a variety of tasks. But I made the independent calculation that I wanted to learn more about you.
Oh,
Is that strange? For an android?
it's different. But there's nothing wrong with being different. What'd you have in mind? Most of my coursework was rooted in biology, yeah, but medicine and technology are intertwined at this point.
Are you referring to the software and hardware you use when performing your autopsies?
Spreadsheets and bone saws? Yeah, but you can learn that on site. You have to actively study mods. All the anatomy textbooks in the world won't help you understand why a healthy 30-year-old is exhibiting mania and constantly vomiting. Unless you saw the last week's recall on the How artificial liver for lithium leaks.
What can make you sick? Even though they're meant to improve the body?
Just like medicine can make people sick. And just like medicine, there's a lot of profit to be made with mods. But unlike medicine, mods haven't been around for thousands of years. Feels like we're still playing catch-up.
We? As in medical professionals?
We isn't everyone, sweetie. The whole world's population is graying. The numbers on cause of death reflect that. Less cardiovascular, more neurological.
What about cancer?
Cancer mortalities have been on the decline for a while now. Mods helped with that.
How so?
by making everyone that much more comfortable with amputation. It used to be people had no choice but to fight the cancer, and it was costly. A salt-the-earth kind of war that left the body severely weakened. With mods where they're at today, doctors can just cut out the offending organ, replace it, and move on.
But not every organ.
No, artificial brains are. Nothing I've seen has told me that they're on the menu anytime soon.
But aren't mods that are implanted into the brain entering the market as we speak?
Yeah, but it's much more like they're implanted onto the brain. Small computers that read commands directly from the cortex instead of, say, the keyboard your fingers are typing on. No, to actually replace brain tissue, you would have to... The analogy has become pretty common, but the human brain isn't actually that much like a computer. A box of specialized components where you can swap in new parts to increase the memory or the processing speed. Everything is connected to everything, and memory as we think of it isn't stored in a place. It's stored among connections and their relative strength. I've cut it open and seen it for myself more times than I can count. There are no cutting off points in the nervous system. Anything you take away, every other part is going to notice. That was a long tangent. Sorry. Can't imagine a lecture on the human nervous system is of any interest to an android.
Yes, I mean, it isn't. That is to say,
What's wrong?
I don't want to implicate Yumi in anything illegal by telling her about my unique circumstances. But how can I change the subject? When Adonai wants to shift the conversation, she typically finds something arbitrary in the background to ask about. I am curious about the many decorations on your desk.
Oh? What caught your eye?
That magnet over there.
Really? You recognize it?
It appears to be a flag, but I do not know the country of origin.
Why are all the hot girls from this country? It's an early 21st
That's because
century...
it's gay.
It's an early 21st century pride flag. They used to change the designs every few years back then, so you can kinda collect them like coins.
I see. And what is this flag proud of?
Being trans? Or Yumi! Yumi! I knew there was a reason why I liked you, atop from everything about you. Being trans, or trans visibility, more accurately.
Visibility? What does that mean?
We're living in the middle of the mod revolution. Anyone can look like whatever or whoever they want as long as they have the cash. Compared to swapping out cybernetic arms and slotting in artificial spines, hormone therapy and affirmative surgery is nursing student level. And it's fast, too. The paperwork, the treatments, the recovery time, it's all so much faster than it used to be. Dunno if that makes the decisions any less heavy, but no one has to cross their fingers and wait anymore. I want to live in this time. After just a few days, they won't even have scars. So all told, that means for the first time in a long time... Thank you, Kasetsu. This generation has fewer visibly trans people than the last one. And a flag like that one? Dunno. Guess it won't mean the same thing anymore.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know that it's good or bad, sweetie. Just different. And there's nothing wrong with being different, right? Yumi Sato's trans.
I'm gonna be real. I hate that
No, Vine!
shit. And entirely couldn't hear it when I was watching the show.
You entirely couldn't hear what?
I couldn't hear it because I had your stream pulled up on my left monitor.
Wait, let me summon the barn.
Okay, summon Varn for David.
Yes.
Nope, sorry.
File, cache, corrupted. Recovery, file, failed.
Okay.
Source, unknown. Last modification, date. 2085.
Thank you.
I've been summoned to voice a twink.
You've been summoned to voice a twink.
Begin, playback.
Great work. That's all the boxes checked. Thank you, Jess.
No problem.
Only 6 minutes till 5 o'clock. Why don't you start the holiday weekend early?
If you insist. There's a pub crawl in the Twilight Woods that's got my name on it. What about you? Got any big plans?
Actually, there's an art festival out west that I've been looking forward to.
Nice. And who's lucky enough to be a +1?
I didn't think to ask anyone.
No one? Not Connor, not Madison, not Shelley, not Lulu?
Oh, Lulu. I wonder how she's been.
Or Dr. Ash? Have you spoken to any of them recently?
Recently, huh? It's a good question, Jess, but it depends on how you define...
Okay. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to give me your credit card. I'm going to buy 4 bottles of expensive wine, 3 boxes of expensive chocolates, and 5 very nice apology cards. And you're going to sign them.
And what should I do this weekend?
Is that music festival on some kind of remote island and with no network media?
No.
Then you're going to stay at home, and if anyone calls, start coughing and sneezing as much as you can.
I see. Thank you, Jess.
Don't make me yet. Dr. Ash, I might have to buy something really expensive for Lulu to break.
You're a lifesaver.
David doesn't know how to people. Oh no!
You know it.
I think we're seeing why he and Isaac broke up.
Unfortunately, his daughter inherited his autism. Tell me if a straight-faced Sarah isn't autistic, Cody.
Oh, she's very autistic.
What's wrong? You've just been leaning against the wall.
Oh no.
Can you take a hint? Typically, no. I just don't like dancing, man. You're a musician. So? So why don't you like dancing? Because I'm bad at it. You're lucky you're cute. Sorry for laughing. I'm just surprised you'd care what any of these people think. I don't. I too care about my business. Word gets out that I dance like someone's grandpa, gigs will dry up overnight. It's not that you don't want to dance. It's that you don't want to be embarrassed. Sure, let's go with that takeaway. Easy enough to fix. Just need someone else to dance even worse. Yeah, sure, that's all. And there you go. I swear. Lucky you're here. How's my voice?
Your voice is great.
Well done on being the only guy here who can do the voices for the 2% male
Playing
character cast.
next in queue.
What are you watching?
A thriller. Runtime 92 minutes.
Oh, wait. I think I saw this part. I think I saw part of this in a hotel once. What are they doing now? Is this the ending?
No, this is the rising action. The hero and his ragtag crew have to pull off one last heist to get out of the game for good.
Look at her eyes lighting up.
But it's not that simple. The casino he needs to rob is on a satellite orbiting the Earth at 16,000 miles per hour.
How fast is that in kilometers?
Father, you should be able to calculate that.
I learned to program so that I wouldn't have to. Why haven't the thieves been caught yet? Is that if there was that much money on board, they'd put cameras everywhere.
There are illegal gambling happenings on the satellite, so the ultra-wealthy clientele don't want there to be video evidence of their crimes.
Gosh, Dad, you're so stupid. Right? There's illegal gambling happening on the satellite?
There's illegal gambling happening on the satellite. They're in orbit. It's the same as being in international waters. Would you like to sit down and watch?
No, I'm not. I have somewhere to be, actually. I only stopped because completely unrealistic. Their poker chips would be floating all over the place.
There is a throwaway line about how everything's magnetized.
Oh.
Hmm,
She's steepling her fingers like David does.
Father, didn't you have to go?
I do. Soon. But not right this second.
Like father, like daughter.
And they do little hearts as well. That's so cute.
That's adorable. I'm gonna cry.
Like father, like daughter, autistic as hell.
The little symbols, like the way their hands form is literally just a hand as well, like a heart. It's so cute. Aw.
Alright, last one. Emma/Morgan_midnight.
Okay, this is going to be interesting.
Kasetsu?
One second.
Okay.
There we go. Hub, police, static, personal. 251-08-capture. Video, July 1st. 11:55 p.m. Begin playback.
You ready to give up yet? We've been staring at this footage for hours.
We call it quits whenever you like.
Me? You kidding? I could do this all night.
Hmm,
But my makeup's starting to feel cakey, so
5-minute break.
deal.
What were you hoping to find anyway?
I don't know. I had my fingers crossed that some shadowy figure would walk into frame and hold up a confession, but what about you? You've already got her on camera handling the murder weapon. How many more nails do you need in the coffin?
1 or 2 should suffice. I guess the truth is, I was curious. What does a homicidal AI get up in its spare time? Turns out it's a couch potato. What's with all the TV? Why is it half of it in black and white?
Public domain.
Seriously?
Anything digital from the 20s or 30s is too polluted to be useful. But go back in time 70 years and it's all clean as spring water. Also, free.
It had color in 2016, Morgan.
I don't know then. Guess this particular homicidal AI happens to be an old soul.
Hold on, what was that? There. Gay, homosexual, gay. Look at her go! She's tearing that thing apart.
What, the computer? That's how you learn to put them together. You gonna try and terrify Barrows with this? It's just a machine. It's not like she's dissecting a frog. Oh, Woodsman Jack redeemed hydrate. I'll go take care of that.
Sarah is a machine, and she's ripping out the secretary lip without hesitation.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Alright,
Right.
Jack. Jack, my man. Here is your hydrate redeem.
Chug.
We're doing good. In fact, you know what, Jack? We are about to end, but here, you know what? Everybody check this man out. He is a handsome, burly lumberjack. And you should all check out his channel.
If she was a human child, it'd be like...
You're reaching.
Yeah, I guess so.
Besides, you telling me you've never pulled apart your dolls when you were a kid?
No, I didn't. Did you?
When I was a kid, I didn't play with dolls.
So, what did you play with?
Normal kid stuff. Sticks and stones, birds and squirrels.
Birds and squirrels? What are you, a cartoon princess?
Ha ha.
I mean, I can kind of see it. Skipping through the enchanted forest with a poofy dress. Tiara.
Gee, no castle.
Nah, no castle. I can tell you didn't have that rough.
Is it rough living in a castle? Wait, I think I know what Morgan meant by birds and squirrels.
Yep, dead animals.
Yep, serial killing. A lot of serial killers start with animals.
It's a lot of
It's
Oh, go ahead.
it's Emma. It's a lot of empty rooms when you're a kid. I need to go wash my face.
Sure. But if you fall asleep on the toilet, I am gonna keep going without you.
If you are drooling over the keyboard when I get back, I'm going to handcuff you to the desk. That's fair.
My bag, complete.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Morgan was like, yo, why do I kind of want that though?
Really?
Like, Morgan's face
Yeah.
literally was like,
Gay,
Ooh.
homosexual, gay.
So we saw the
Yeah.
concept gallery. We saw the episode 2. How do I get the
the
customized phone? Here we go.
Morgan time. Hey, it's undercover. That's weird.
Morg.
Yeah. I cleared it though.
I want to see the Neko.
Alright, I gotta get going again. See y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I cleared it though.
Well, maybe he should. Maybe it'll unlock when you come back into the game, like if you exit and return into it.
Let's see. No, it didn't unlock.
Or maybe it'll only come. I guess you could always just ask them on like the team.
Okay. You have to go to the main menu. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Bonuses.
Main menu bonuses.
No, that's not it. What do I do in the
Main
main
menu.
menu?
Losing it entirely.
Minos, what do I do in the main menu? Because I can't find it. Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Your title?
Yeah, that Minos, that didn't work. I'm sorry.
Oh, as I've said, you might just have to get in
Yeah.
contact with the team somehow.
Yeah. What do I do in the main menu, Minos? I can't. It's not working. Settings.
Streaming? Maybe that's what's stopping it. No, can't
Nope.
be.
That's not it.
Hmm.
Oh. Well, I need to end soon anyway.
Minos, why don't you just message Nary? I'm
Yeah,
sure
just-
you're on.
Yeah, just message me on what I need to do here. Cause
I'm sure you're on her Discord at least.
yeah, we have each other's Discord.
Yeah. So why don't you call it a day for now, and once.
You have to start a
Oh,
new
you
game.
have to start a new game. I
So
forgot.
quit game. And then I don't know why that would make it different. Well, we're ending soon anyway, but
No, why don't you just play around with it
Off
off stream, and once we get to game
episode 2,
like-
yeah.
episode 2, you can show it to us. Sound like a good idea?
Up! That did it. Eh!
Oh, they did it. I did it.
Oh my god. Do you see
I have
it?
to watch it via your stream, by the way.
Here, hold on.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Bunny outfit, Reyes!
Nice.
God.
dice. Are you going to keep it on that, or
Yeah. I feel like a red phone case would suit Morgan.
not rose gold or white to match the bunny girl?
You know what? Yeah, let's do rose gold.
And it matches the orange.
It does. It was worth it. Oh, God. Well, I'm gonna have
So
that
funny.
staring in my face for all of episode 2. All right. Gay, homosexual, gay. Let's find somebody to raid. Shall we?
Yes.
Your Captain Lily is currently streaming Ion Fury. So, why don't we go and raid our wonderful Captain Lily?
Your heart, take it easy.
Yee. Alright, everybody. This is where I'm going to leave y'all for the night. Want you to all be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Be good to Captain Lily. If you're going to be a toxic Yuri serial killer, don't get caught. And also honor your debts to your dead twink friend and look after his android daughter. And as
No, you mean he's 3D printed.
yeah,
It's 3D printed Android child.
Yeah, always take good care of your 3D printed children. And as always, be gay, do crime, and I will see you all next time. Bye!